For well over a decade, the name Jana Duggar was practically synonymous with a single, persistent question that echoed through the minds of millions of viewers who had welcomed the Duggar family into their living rooms. As the eldest daughter in one of the most famous large families in modern American television history, Jana occupied a unique and often puzzling position. She was present in nearly every episode, a quiet but steady presence who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, managing the household, caring for her younger siblings, and supporting her parents through countless milestones. Yet, while her brothers and sisters seemed to find love and marriage with remarkable speed, Jana remained single year after year. The world watched, wondered, and whispered. Was she waiting for something? Was she being held back? Was she simply content with her role as the family's anchor? These questions lingered for so long that they became part of Jana's public identity. She was the Cinderella who never seemed to make it to the ball, the one who was always there for everyone else but never seemed to have her own moment. And then everything changed. The summer of 2024 marked a seismic shift in Jana's story. At the age of 34, she finally married Stephen Wissmann in a beautiful, intimate ceremony in Prairie Grove, Arkansas. For those who had followed her journey from the early days of reality television, this was not just a wedding, it was a culmination of years of patience, faith, and unwavering hope. The news spread quickly across social media, with fans expressing joy, relief, and genuine happiness for a woman who had become a beloved figure in their lives. But what made this love story particularly special was its authenticity. Stephen was not a stranger to the Duggar family. In fact, his sister Hannah is married to Jana's brother Jeremiah, creating a deep and enduring connection between the two families that had been built over many years. The Wissmanns and the Duggars had known each other for over a decade, a relationship that was forged during a memorable snowstorm that stranded the Wissmann family at the Duggar home, leading to late nights of games, puzzles, and meaningful conversation. That foundation of friendship and mutual respect would eventually blossom into something far more significant. But Jana and Stephen's path to the altar was not a straight line. In fact, they had briefly dated in the past but parted ways, each going their own direction as they navigated their individual lives. It was a classic case of right person, wrong time. However, in early 2024, Stephen re-entered Jana's life in the most unexpected and romantic way possible. He sent her a handwritten note, a gesture that was both old-fashioned and deeply personal. That simple letter reopened a door that had been closed for years, and what followed was a rekindling of a friendship that had always held the potential for something more. Stephen loved Jana for who she was, not for who she might become. He had seen her at her best and at her most vulnerable, and he had never stopped caring for her. Jana later reflected on this period with profound gratitude, saying that Stephen's unwavering support and lack of pressure gave her the space to be herself and to trust the process. He was not demanding a timeline or forcing a commitment. He was simply present, loving her through every season of life. That kind of unconditional love is rare, and it became the foundation upon which their marriage was built. Their wedding was a reflection of their shared values, simple, family-focused, and deeply meaningful. For Jana, saying "I do" was not just about beginning a marriage, it was about beginning a life she had always dreamed of but had never rushed. What happened immediately after the wedding was perhaps the most significant transformation in Jana's entire existence. She left Arkansas, the only state she had ever called home, and moved to Nebraska with her new husband. This was not merely a change of address or a temporary relocation, it was a complete and total redefinition of her daily reality. For decades, Jana's life had revolved around the Duggar family compound in Tontatown, Arkansas. She was the daughter who stayed, the sister who helped raise her numerous younger siblings, the one who managed the household with incredible efficiency and grace. Her days were filled with a predictable rhythm, early mornings helping with breakfast, overseeing schoolwork for the younger children, tending to her beloved greenhouse, assisting with construction projects, and ensuring that the massive household ran smoothly. She was the steady, dependable anchor of the family, the person everyone turned to when they needed help, advice, or simply a quiet moment of reassurance. But in Nebraska, everything was different. She was no longer a daughter living under her parents' roof. She was a wife building a home with her husband. This geographic shift was symbolic of a much deeper change. It represented autonomy, independence, and the beginning of a new identity. Jana embraced this new chapter with the same grace and determination she had always shown, but there was a noticeable lightness to her demeanor, a sense of freedom that had not been visible before. The daily routine that Jana has cultivated in Nebraska is a beautiful departure from the highly structured, often chaotic life she led in Arkansas. She and Stephen enjoy the quiet pleasures of married life, the kind of ordinary, everyday moments that many people take for granted but that feel especially precious to someone who waited so long for this chapter. They take evening bike rides together, exploring the Nebraska countryside and discovering new trails. They work on home improvement projects side by side, with Jana sharing her love for DIY and renovation on social media. Recently, she posted about restoring their shower, a task that required patience, skill, and a willingness to get her hands dirty, qualities she has in abundance. She also shared the simple joy of buying a Mrs. Coffee mug, a small but deeply meaningful symbol of her new identity as a wife. These are not grand gestures or dramatic moments. They are the quiet, authentic experiences that make life truly fulfilling. And it is precisely this normalcy that has captivated her audience. Through years of watching her in a highly produced reality television environment, seeing her live an ordinary, happy life feels like the most extraordinary thing of all. There is something profoundly reassuring about witnessing someone finally find peace and contentment after years of waiting. Perhaps the most heartwarming aspect of Jana's new routine is the way she and Stephen have built their life together as a genuine partnership. Stephen is not just her husband. He is her teammate, her confidant, and her best friend. In the limited interviews and social media posts she has shared since her marriage, Jana has spoken openly about how Stephen never pressured her to change or to be anything other than her authentic self. He loved her through the ups and downs, through the years of waiting, and through the uncertainty that came with being the last unmarried Duggar daughter. That kind of unwavering support is rare, and it is the bedrock upon which their marriage is built. They share household responsibilities, they cook meals together, they laugh at inside jokes, and they dream about the future with hope and excitement. For someone who spent so many years caring for others, often at the expense of her own desires, being cared for in return is a beautiful and long overdue gift. Their relationship is a testament to the idea that the right love is worth waiting for, and that the best relationships are built on friendship, mutual respect, and shared values. The arrival of their son, Archie Wissmann, marked the beginning of an even more thrilling and transformative chapter in Jana's life. Archie was born just before the new year in 2025, and Jana and Stephen announced his arrival with a heartfelt social media post that brought smiles to fans around the globe. Becoming a mother was something Jana had always dreamed of, and the reality of holding her own child in her arms was clearly a dream come true. The photos she shared showed a peaceful and happy family, with Archie nestled safely in his parents' arms, surrounded by love and warmth. But what truly touched people was Jana's remarkable honesty about her transition into motherhood. She spoke candidly about the challenges of the postpartum period, admitting that it was more difficult than she had anticipated. She found comfort in unexpected places, like watching a favorite television show during late nights with the baby, when sleep was elusive and exhaustion set in. She shared that the music and performances on the show were a light in some hard days, giving her something to look forward to each week. This vulnerability made her more relatable than ever before. She was not pretending to be perfect or to have everything figured out. She was sharing her real experience, and that authenticity resonated deeply with her followers. It was a powerful reminder that even in our happiest moments we can struggle, and that is okay. What matters is how we navigate those challenges and find joy in the small things. One of the most delightful and visually striking aspects of Jana's new life is how she has embraced change in her personal style. In early 2026, she shared a video of herself getting ready for a salon visit, where she opted for beautiful blonde highlights and a fresh, modern haircut. This was a significant departure from the more conservative, understated look she had worn for years on television. The new hairstyle was chic, contemporary, and reflected a woman who was confident in her new identity and unafraid to experiment. It was a small change on the surface, but it symbolized something much larger. Jana was finally free to explore her own preferences, to try new things, and to express herself without the constraints of a television persona or family expectations. She looked radiant, happy, and genuinely excited about her new look. Her fans celebrated this transformation with her, flooding her comments with compliments and encouragement. It was a reminder that personal growth is a lifelong journey, and that it is never too late to reinvent oneself, to try something new, and to embrace change with open arms. The curiosity about Jana Duggar Wissmann's new routine is not merely about the logistics of her daily life. It is about what she represents on a deeper, more symbolic level. For years, she was seen as the Cinderella of the Duggar family, the one who waited and waited while others found love and moved on. Many people projected their own fears, frustrations, and insecurities onto her, wondering if she was trapped in an unhappy situation or if she was secretly longing for something more. Her new life is a beautiful and emphatic rebuttal to all of that speculation. She was not waiting for a fairy tale, she was preparing for real life. The skills she honed as a caregiver, the patience she developed as a sister mom, the resilience she built as a constant presence in her family, all of it prepared her for this exact moment. She is now using those same qualities to build a warm and loving home, to raise a child with intention and care, and to love her husband with the same devotion she once gave to her siblings. Her routine is not a compromise or a second-place prize, it is a fulfillment. It is living proof that there is no right or wrong timeline for life's milestones. Everyone's journey is unique, and Jana's journey is a powerful testament to the beauty of trusting the process and believing that the best is yet to come. In her new life, Jana has also found a way to maintain her deeply held faith and values while embracing the freedom of her new circumstances. Her Christian faith has always been central to who she is, and it continues to guide her decisions and shape her worldview. She and Stephen attend church together, and they are raising Archie in the same faith tradition that has been a source of strength and comfort for both of them throughout their lives. But there is a noticeable lightness to Jana now, a sense of joy and peace that was not always visible before. She is not just going through the motions of faith, she is genuinely thriving, finding purpose and meaning in her role as a wife and mother. Her faith is not a burden or a set of rules to follow, it is a source of strength, hope, and community. This is a beautiful evolution to witness, and it gives hope to anyone who has ever felt stuck, uncertain, or alone in their journey. Public's enduring fascination with Jana Duggar Wissmann is ultimately a story of hope, resilience, and the triumph of patience. It is about the profound joy of seeing someone finally get what they have always wanted, and watching them handle that blessing with grace, humility, and authenticity. Jana's new routine is not about hiding anything, it is about living fully and authentically on her own terms. She is not trying to keep secrets or maintain a carefully curated image. She is simply choosing to share her life in a way that feels right for her. After years of her life being broadcast to the world through the lens of reality television, she now has the freedom to control her own narrative, to decide what to share and what to keep private. And what she is choosing to show is a life filled with love, laughter, and the simple, profound pleasures of family and home. It is a life that many of us aspire to, and it is deeply satisfying to see her finally achieve it. As Jana continues to settle into her role as a wife and mother, her followers remain eager to see what comes next. Will she continue to share her DIY projects and home renovations? Will she open up more about the joys and challenges of motherhood? Will she and Stephen expand their family in the coming years? These are the kinds of questions that fans love to ponder, and they are questions that come from a place of genuine affection and admiration. Jana has earned the respect and love of her audience through years of quiet dedication, unwavering integrity, and a willingness to be vulnerable even when it was not easy. Now she is being rewarded with a life that is truly her own, a life that she has built with love, patience, and faith. Her new routine is not just curious, it is deeply inspiring. It reminds us all that it is never too late for a fresh start, and that the best chapters of our lives often come when we least expect them. In a world that often celebrates speed, instant gratification, and constant motion, Jana's story is a refreshing and much-needed reminder that patience, faithfulness, and trust are virtues worth cultivating. She waited, she prayed, she worked hard, and she trusted that her time would come. And when it finally did, she embraced it with open arms, with gratitude, and with a joy that is palpable to anyone who follows her journey. Her life now is a beautiful mosaic of ordinary moments that add up to something truly extraordinary. From morning coffee with her husband to evening bike rides through Nebraska's scenic countryside, from late-night feedings with her son to quiet moments of prayer and reflection, every part of her routine is a gift she has earned through years of quiet faithfulness and unshakable hope. So what is Jana Duggar Wissmann hiding? The answer is simple and beautiful: absolutely nothing. She is simply living her life, loving her family, and enjoying every single moment of the journey she was always meant to have. She is not hiding secrets or scandals. She is embracing the light of a new beginning, a fresh start, and a future filled with hope and promise. And that, for everyone who has followed her story for so many years, is the most beautiful and satisfying update of all. Jana's journey reminds us that our stories are not defined by the length of our waiting, but by the beauty of our arrival. She has arrived, she is thriving, and her new routine is a testament to the power of hope, patience, and love. The transformation of Jana Duggar into Jana Wissmann is not merely a story of geographical relocation or marital status. It is a profound psychological and emotional evolution that has captivated audiences precisely because it feels so deeply human. For years, the public perception of Jana was shaped by the lens of reality television, which often reduced her to a supporting character in the grand narrative of her family. She was the dependable sister, the quiet caretaker, the one who seemed content to remain in the background while others stepped into the spotlight. But the reality, as we are now discovering, was far more complex. Jana was not merely waiting for her life to begin, she was quietly building the foundation for the life she would eventually embrace. Every skill she learned, every relationship she nurtured, every moment of patience she cultivated was preparation for this new chapter. And now that she is living it, we are seeing a side of Jana that was always there but never fully revealed. A woman of depth, humor, creativity, and unwavering strength. One of the most fascinating aspects of Jana's new routine is the way she has embraced the role of homemaker, not as a duty or an expectation, but as a creative expression of her identity. In Arkansas, her contributions to the household were often practical and utilitarian, cooking massive meals, organizing closets, managing schedules, and ensuring that the family functioned smoothly. These were necessary tasks, but they left little room for personal expression. In Nebraska, however, Jana has the freedom to make her home a reflection of her own tastes, preferences, and personality. She has been sharing glimpses of her home renovation projects, and they reveal a woman with an eye for design and a passion for creating beautiful spaces. From restoring an old shower to selecting paint colors and furnishings, Jana approaches each project with enthusiasm and a willingness to learn. She has even mentioned learning new skills like basic plumbing and carpentry, as she and Stephen work together to transform their house into a home. This is not just about aesthetics, it is about empowerment. For the first time in her life, Jana is making decisions about her environment without having to consult a large family or consider the needs of a dozen siblings. It is her space, her vision, and her satisfaction. Another dimension of Jana's new life that has intrigued followers is her relationship with technology and social media. Throughout her years on television, Jana was often portrayed as somewhat traditional, even old-fashioned, in her approach to life. She was rarely seen with a smartphone, and her social media presence was minimal compared to her siblings. But since her marriage, Jana has become more active on platforms like Instagram, sharing updates about her life with a warmth and authenticity that feels refreshingly unpolished. She posts photos of her family, her home, and her daily activities, often accompanied by captions that reflect her thoughtful and introspective nature. This shift is significant because it represents a new level of autonomy. Jana is now in control of her own narrative, choosing what to share and how to present herself to the world. She is no longer a character on a television show, subject to editing and narrative manipulation. She is a woman telling her own story on her own terms. This empowerment has resonated deeply with her followers, many of whom have expressed admiration for her grace and authenticity. The role of Stephen Wissmann in Jana's transformation cannot be overstated. In many ways, Stephen has been the catalyst for the changes we are witnessing. He has provided Jana with the stability, support, and unconditional love she needed to step out of the shadows and into her own light. But Stephen is not just a supportive husband. He is an active participant in their shared life. He works alongside Jana on home projects, he shares in the responsibilities of parenthood, and he prioritizes their relationship in a way that demonstrates his commitment to their partnership. Jana has spoken about how Stephen's presence in her life has given her the confidence to try new things, to take risks, and to embrace change. His belief in her has been a powerful force, allowing her to shed the insecurities and doubts that may have held her back in the past. Their relationship is a beautiful example of what happens when two people choose to build a life together based on mutual respect, shared values, and genuine affection. It is not a fairy tale, it is real and it is working. Motherhood has added another rich layer to Jana's new routine. Transition to parenthood is never easy, but Jana has approached it with the same determination and grace that she has brought to every other aspect of her life. She has shared candidly about the challenges of sleep deprivation, the physical recovery from childbirth, and the emotional adjustments that come with caring for a newborn. But she has also spoken about the profound joy of watching her son grow, of seeing his first smile, of hearing his first coos. These moments of pure connection have deepened her sense of purpose and fulfillment. She has also found support in unexpected places, including an online community of mothers who share their experiences and offer encouragement. This willingness to seek and accept support is a sign of growth for Jana, who is often the one providing support to others but rarely asking for it herself. Now she is learning to receive, to accept help, and to acknowledge that even the strongest among us need a village. One of the most compelling aspects of Jana's new life is the way she has maintained her connection to her family while establishing healthy boundaries. The Duggar family is large, close-knit, and deeply involved in each other's lives. While this can be a source of strength and support, it can also be overwhelming, particularly for someone who has spent decades in the caretaker role. Jana has navigated this transition with remarkable skill, staying connected to her parents and siblings through phone calls, visits, and shared celebrations, while also creating space for her new family unit. She has been present for family events, including weddings and graduations, but she has also been clear about her priorities. Her focus is now on her husband, her son, and their life together in Nebraska. This balance is not always easy to achieve, but Jana seems to have found a rhythm that works for her. It is a testament to her emotional intelligence and her ability to navigate complex family dynamics with grace. The curiosity about Jana's new routine is also fueled by the contrast between her current life and the life she left behind. The Duggar family has faced significant public scrutiny and controversy in recent years, and Jana's decision to step away from the spotlight and build a quieter life has been interpreted by some as a deliberate choice to protect herself and her family. Whether or not this is the case, it is clear that Jana has found a sense of peace and stability in her new routine that was not always present in her previous life. She is no longer defined by the controversies or the drama that have surrounded her family. She is defined by her own choices, her own values, and her own happiness. This independence is inspiring to many who have followed her journey and who see in her a model of resilience and self-determination. As we look to the future, it is exciting to imagine what lies ahead for Jana and her family. Will she continue to share her DIY projects and home renovations? Will she eventually return to public life in some capacity, perhaps through a new platform or project? Will she and Stephen expand their family and welcome more children? These are the questions that fans are asking, and the answers will unfold in time. For now, Jana seems content to take each day as it comes, to savor the small moments, and to build a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. Her new routine is a work in progress, a beautiful experiment in living authentically and intentionally. And for those of us who have watched her journey, it is a privilege to witness this chapter of her story. In a world that often values speed and productivity over patience and reflection, Jana Duggar Wissmann's story is a powerful reminder that some of the most beautiful things in life take time to develop. Her journey from caretaker to wife, from daughter to mother, from Arkansas to Nebraska is a testament to the power of trust, faith, and perseverance. She waited, she prepared, and she was ready when her moment finally arrived. Her new routine is not a departure from who she was, it is the culmination of everything she has always been. And that, perhaps, is the most inspiring part of all.